Jesus was tempted by the devil according to the Gospels. And the devil showed him the kingdoms of earth and said, you can have all this if you worship me, acknowledge me. Well, Jesus refused, but the devil must be the real owner of the world to give it away. If it's not his, he can't promise it to someone. So, this world that we live on, the planet, this is the devil's planet. We're in hell. Maybe we are on the outer reaches of hell because our life is not so bad. Although you open a newspaper or turn on the TV, just look around you in the world, the insanity, the mental illness, wars, pollution, broken hearts, broken dreams, poverty, disease, crime. The world is chaos. It's a little hellish, but we don't seem to be in the deeper regions of Dante's Inferno. Not so bad. Maybe we're on one of those outer rings of Dante's Inferno. Nevertheless, this is the devil's world. He can choose who he gives it to. We know that because of Jesus' temptation. And actually, if we think about long ago, was the Dinosaur Age. And they were monsters, grotesque monsters, demonic monsters with long tails like the devil, claws like the devil, sharp teeth, gruesome, violent, gory. The world then was a hellish place. So, God didn't create dinosaurs. They're not beautiful. I don't know. It's just my own crazy idea. They were creations or experiments of the devil, because this is his world. And actually, then, more than 65 million years ago, that was the real earth as hell. You look at nature today, it's quite beautiful. Mountains, blue sky, little white birds flying in the blue sky, birds twittering in trees, tropical fish dancing in the water, pet animals. Holiday beaches. Everywhere we look, we see the natural world is beautiful, although the human world is a contrast. But then, long ago, 65 million years ago, the natural world was just blood, danger, fear, terror, savage, dog eat dog, ruthless, brutal, primitive. In fact, we might describe it as hellish. But I think that is the real devil's world. Now, then, the Dinosaur Age, there were no people. And it was the devil's domain, the devil's kingdom. Now that human beings are here, he will view us as the enemy. This is his world, his planet, and we are not devil worshippers. He will view us as an invading species, an alien outsider, invade his territory, occupying his space. Yeah, living in his house. This is his house. So the devil will view us as the evil. From his point of view, we are the danger. We are the intruder into his home. And so he must have a plan, an intention to kill us. He wants us gone. He wants a natural world only, with animals and plants, the weather systems, the cycles of nature. None of those goddamn people created by God. Therefore, the devil must design ways and means to kill off the human population. He must have a depopulation agenda. Oh. And hence, Paul, somewhere in the New Testament, he says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities in high places. The devil, directly or indirectly, appoints all the seats of power in governments, the fractional reserve banking system, the military, because he's the ruler. And if anyone in this world has power, it's only because the devil grants it or allows it. Now, some of those people are not consciously Satanists, but despite that, they are being used as pawns to further the grand plan of the devil to undermine the human species. And so that's why we find all over the world war, depopulation, the arms race, depopulation, governments in secret laboratories manufacturing diseases, biological weapons to wipe out the human race, because they are the hand of the devil, his agents in the world. And so they make these plans and policies, which are then implemented by the governments. One baby policy in China, abortion in America, the problems with vaccines, the chemicals in food, GMO. There are many, poverty, just the bad health and the premature deaths through poverty, food crises. Somebody is trying to kill off the human species, and it's the devil who permeates the very, very upper echelons of that pyramid of power. So at the very top of the New World Order are Satanists who quite possibly have direct, face-to-face, conscious contact with the devil himself. That's just a tiny group. Underneath that are just people of power, presidents, banking CEOs, military think tank experts. Actual government itself and the media and big business generally is like mid-level. The people at the very bottom, of course. This is a top-down extermination policy. Absolute power corrupts, absolutely. And this is the reason, because anyone with power in this world is only enabled to have that power because the devil himself is behind it. He is the power behind the throne. And he has a depopulation agenda, which is why we find the fake and forced multiculturalism and all the problems going on in the world, which isn't overpopulated. There's plenty of resources to share around. Any problems like water crises, energy crises, food crises, human-made, humans doing it to other humans. So humans are the good guys, but we are the spiritual intruders into the devil's house. And although he might be a bad guy, actually this planet is his planet, not our planet. And we have, because he was here before us 65 million years ago, and before 220 million years ago was the beginning of the Dinosaur Age. So he'd been here a long time before we come along, and we are the intruder, even though we are the spiritually good people, and he's the spiritually bad guy. Nevertheless, this is his home, and we have invaded, and that's why he has an agenda to depopulate the planet. He wants it back for himself. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's why we have this spiritual warfare against powers and principalities in high places.